Hello, how are you? My name's Quinlan and this is the Drum Show. What I'm doing tonight is very weird. Okay, pointillistic stuff. What pointillism means is sharp and detached, jagged kind of figures. And that's what I was sort of doing in the opening solo there, is really sort of working on very sort of boom, bang, something like that. Me, mama. Phantom S, Mike Patton. Fantastic at pointillism. Pointillism music first came out in 20th century classical music. People like Anton Webern is very famous for pointillistic jagged figures. And these kinds of styles are used a lot, actually, funnily enough. You know, very short and clipped phrases. Some of the things that Frank Zappa has done, especially in the early 80s with people like Steve Vai and people like that, is to take vocal expressions and put melodies to them and then play them. And it doesn't necessarily mean melody, actually, funnily enough. It can actually just be sounds like... things like that. One of the famous Frank Zappa pieces that have that kind of playing in it, not so much on drums, funnily enough, but with guitar, is when he got a very young Steve Vai in the early 80s and got him to transcribe a monologue that Frank Zappa did in concert, even down to scratching the guitar and stuff, and it's called the Jazz Discharge Party Hats, from the Man from Utopia album, 1983. There's also another track there called The Dangerous Kitchen. The Dangerous Kitchen, if it ain't one thing, it's another. In the middle of the night when you come home, the dry things are all there and scratchy. Some people like this shit. And what goes on, and sober, and what happens with this is that you can learn to play vocal bits and pieces. After all, if I just keep an even beat with a splashing hat, maybe put a bass drum to it, give it more gravitas, and then if I decide to talk over the... What we're doing is essentially, even when we're speaking, it's quite polyrhythmic right over the top. When you try and transcribe it, it's actually quite difficult, you see. So, when I want to do this, it can be quite difficult. So sometimes what I'm playing in relation to, say, a metronomic beat, which my feet are doing right at the minute, is sometimes steeped in things that, how can I put it? Steeped in things that happen every day. Just take a conversation between two people, put a metronome beat to it, you'll have it almost like a, you know, like a three-part thing happening. You'll have the tempo itself. When are you going to build the pergola? I don't know. You know, maybe next week. You know, that kind of thing. Opera. So this is a very weird episode, but it happens all the time. Okay, now there's a bit of a internet sensation happening at the moment. There's a Japanese politician who got caught up siphoning off heaps of money or something, and he had to sit there in front of the press, and he gave this crazy sort of, he just had a meltdown basically in the midst of his apologising for what he did with all the cash, you know, that kind of thing. And he just had a complete meltdown, and it's become an internet sensation because people are starting to play guitar along to him and piano along to him. And tonight I'm going to play drums along to him, because what I've done is I've actually taken the time out to listen to his meltdown, and there it is there. I've transcribed it, okay? Now, what happens with stuff like this, I've just called it Japanese Politician, and if I'm going to get quite musical with it, it is around 77 metronome beats a minute is how I've paced his rant. What I've done is tried to notate his confession, apology, you know, all that into a drum set piece of music. So that's what I've done here. So without further ado, that's what I'm going to play for you, okay? And I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun transcribing it. It's really quite intricate. You talking about people's the way that they talk, you know, like if you've got a tempo, and here I am just talking casually with you. So what would you consider that? You know, consider that, you know. I don't know what I am doing. You know, that kind of thing. Some people would be quite behind the beat. Other people are quite, you know, look, imagine if you're a little bit in a hurry. Come on, hurry up, get ready for school. Come on, you know, sort of thing. It's quite pointed, isn't it? Come on now, get ready for school. Come on. You know, if you're a bit laid back on a Saturday night and whoop, and you're going, oh man, that's crazy. Let's go up the Macca's. Yeah, I got the munchies. You know, that kind of thing. You're sailing behind the beat. So that could be that. Some people say it sounds like falling downstairs. I had one guy try and describe that about Frank Zappa's music. Gee, did he cop an earful? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get Mr. Japanese Politician up, and I am going to play along with him. Here we go. Did you like that? I'm going to do it again. I liked it so much. There it is. Japanese Politician. More after the break.